Hi, everybody. Welcome to the anatomy class for Fall 23. I want to just welcome you. We're going to learn about our bodies. I love this class. It's wonderful. I try to make it very real life based, tactile, give you not just academic information in it, but of course, we also have that. And of course, this class is mostly online, or it's actually fully online, but I do have optional in-person sessions when we talk about muscles and bones, and we do some dissections of a kidney, of a heart, of a brain, an eyeball, a cow eyeball. We do as well. So that's the stuff that helps understand the material more. So we do go into the class for that, but you don't have to. It's optional. And I also do have a Zoom on Mondays that I do at 10 o'clock. I preview the week. We talk about the week. It's a good place to come in and ask questions if you can make it. If you can't, I record it. So it's good for later viewing. But it's always good to do live if you can make it as well. And I do have some integration exercises I'm building up for that as well, for that hour or half hour-ish. And also a good place to ask questions. But anyway, without further ado, did I introduce myself? My name is Christoph Muhlinghaus. I've been teaching this stuff for a long time now. I age myself. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I also have a chiropractic practice and bodywork practice in Oakland, so I sort of do a couple of things, which is, I like it that way. I do make you buy booklets because what I've done over the years, I've teach this stuff in many different materials, and I sort of consolidated all the information and make it pre-digested it so you can take so most of the time the students can pick it up better, because the textbooks are just a little complicated sometimes. I'm not really a fan of that whole thing. Personally, I really like this online version where we do videos and we talk about each other that way. So anyway, let me just go right into the class. And so this is what I'm sharing with you here is a homepage that you get in once you get through Merritt into Canvas. So that's the first steps. You have to be able to get into Canvas from the Merritt platform, and then you go into the dashboard, and from the dashboard you choose this class. Once you're there, you get into the home page. You don't have all these tabs over here, you're fewer, but let me just go through it real quick. Yeah, this is me. This is where how you talk to me. The easiest way is you just text me. So I don't have emails, okay, but I'm not as bad and as good with emails. So the best thing is to text me. If I don't respond back within 24 hours, or if it's urgent, just text me again. Be on my tail. I have a lot of students and stuff going on. It's not malice, mal meaning if I don't text you back, and I don't take it wrong if you keep bugging me. This is the number, always the same thing. This video is going to be replaced with what we're doing right now. And then there are a few links here. One goes to the course material. This goes to the syllabus, which we'll talk about on Monday. On the first Zoom. Then this is the first Zoom where it's going to be the recording, and this is study tools. I'm a big fan of flashcards. These days we got a lot of good apps on flashcards, but I also want to teach you a good old-fashioned flashcard making thing that focuses on reviewing material that you don't know more than you do. So it's really helpful to manage the material and manage time. And a lot of this science material lends itself well to sort of this flashcard model. And then this last thing here is a Zoom link that I put in that you guys can go on and meet each other virtually on Zoom and have sort of study sessions. And I can also come in there. And sometimes, it's not always used that much, but if it's used to, people really like it. All right, let's go straight into the material. Bam. This one, don't worry about it. This one, don't worry about it. This one, don't worry about it. The first we have is the study tools. So you see these gray blocks. These are called modules. And so each week we kind of have a module, and then we have some like a test, class orientation, or learning tools. Those are special modules. So we'll go through those in the first week. I just want to give you a brief synopsis of how the class is structured. So each week, you're going to get a little preview. We talk about that. I have a page that talks about what we're going to learn and what assignments we're going to have. We'll go more in detail on that on first Zoom. And then we got the lessons. And so this is where we learn. And the learning is structured in a way that you will have lessons that you YouTube stuff, videos you watch, and they are on the computer, or I also have them in the classroom directly when I lecture it. And then underneath that, I have all the main points in bullet point format with pictures behind it. Not the best pictures, but those are the ones that I'm able to use in this format. So that's sort of it, how the material is related to you, a few different ways of presentation. And then you will work the material into your brain cells with a few exercises. And so most of them are exercises we massage the material. And so what we always have questions. And so every chapter has questions behind it. I describe the material again in paragraph format, where you read a little bit about it, blah, 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 blah. And then there's a little question behind. And so you can take your time taking those. There's no times. And you can also take those questions over and over again. And that way, again, you massage your material into your brain. The good thing also is the tests. I have 3 tests, and they are based in the same format. So when it comes to that, you're familiar with the situation. Also, most of these questions are video behind it. I have classes where I made videos of when I go through the questions. So if you have a hang up or so, or you just want to watch the video and do it that way, that's cool with me. I don't consider that cheating or anything, because as far as I'm concerned, it's really important that the material, you work with the material in multiple ways. And my tests are open book. And so I want you to organize your stuff and not memorize your stuff. So it's a little different that way. By the way, let me just tell you, if you go, before you even start with anything, I want you to actually go do the test 1, which is the first test after the first few weeks. And print out this if you can, which is all of these points here, which is exactly what comes in the test. Or let's put it this way, if you know all of these points well, you will be okay with the test. And so that's how I would retro sort of engineer it. I go with that first and then start reading the lessons or listening to the videos and make sure those things I understand. And then maybe make flashcards out of those to get them into my brain as well. Because, of course, the more you materially repeat it with it, the better you know it. Even though I don't make you memorize it, ultimately there is some of that in a further class or depending on where you go. Then we also have discussions that we do. We have a few understanding concept discussions. Those are discussions are ways of communicating with each other, where you do a response and then somebody replies, and I'm part of that. I reply back as well. The cool thing about those is you don't have to type. You can take a video. You can take video or audio as well. And I think that's really useful. And that's, did I say, the Canvas app is really good, because there you just do a regular video and you answer the question, then you upload the file from photos. It's very simple that way. And so I'm actually really excited about how that feature is being used more and more by students. Then I have also some health kits. Like this is one where we do a food label analysis, and then afterwards we have a discussion because I do that in chemistry. That's sort of how I bring the material to real life based. So what does this material mean to me in my regular life? Oh, I'm eating all day time. Let me see what's in the food. And so in chemistry, we look at those food labels a little bit. So that's kind of there. In this chapter, we make a cell model. This is kind of unique. And the other thing we have going often are labeling and coloring exercises that we do. And they have this symbol or this emoji behind it. This is the first one that we do. Most of them are muscle, bones, parts of the heart, brain, and so forth. And you're labeling here, and then you take a picture and you upload the picture on Canvas, and that's when I then grade. You get these also in the printout, and these are kind of cool because you can also annotate them on the iPad if you work with that, or so phone directly. I can't show you that until it's live. And also, I'm fine if like somebody makes flashcards, you make the flashcards and then take a picture of the flashcards and upload that. I even had somebody make videos of these things. And so I'm very open for all kind of different ways of your creativity. Because I feel the more creative you have your expression, or the more you do it the way it works for you, the better everything is going to get. The better you can learn, the more you adapt the process to your brain and you work with how you work. That's what I mean by it. Anyway. And then each week we finish up with a little tips and questions, and that's in a format of a Padlet. That's still last week. I got to change that. But basically, you reflect on the material, on the topic, something that made sense, something that didn't make sense. You answer questions, ask questions, little feedback. I read these all the time. I get a lot out of these as feedback for how the class is going, how am I helping you? Am I, what should I change? What should I focus on? Stuff like that. So use that format. All right. So that's pretty much how a week works, So we got multiple works that are sort of repetitive things that you can change over and over. Get all the points. The busy work, but it's massaging the material into your brain. And then we got a few tests at the end. Each week we talk on Zoom a little bit. I'm here for you texting all the time. You just text me. If I don't want to see it, I put it away and go take a nap or go my sleep, and then I'll pick it up. But that again in the morning. But that way you could text me at 2 a.m. It doesn't matter to me. It's okay. I'm here for you guys. I'm like your learning coach. That's how I see it. Especially in an online class that often it is hard to have that feedback back and forth. Okay. Without saying anything else, thank you for being in the class and welcome.